Executive Director of the GenAI Collective, and sorry in advance if I'm a little bit nasally. I just got back from India, where we opened not one, but 4 new chapters last week. We were in, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore. India is incredible. It is very dense as well, and my friends tell me that you often get food poisoning, and I got food poisoning, so I'm still recovering from that, hence the nasaliness, but thank you for bearing with me. Anyways, we've got a stacked lineup tonight, so let's get right into it. So tonight's demo night, as always, has been a huge community-wide effort. From the GenAI Collective, we have nearly a dozen people who have helped out tonight. If you look around at all the people in the orange vests, I think a lot of them are still helping to bring people in. But we are a nonprofit grassroots community, so everyone you see here wearing the orange vest is on the team as a volunteer. We always do our very best to pack as much love into these events as we can. I hope it always shows. Can I get a round of applause actually for all of the people wearing the orange vest who helped make tonight possible? It is such an incredible multi-person effort, and it's incredible that we always pull this off. Additionally, thank you so much to Product Hut for helping make this possible, being involved in the entire process. Review's going to be coming up in just a moment to moderate all the demos. It's going to be super fun. Okay, before we get started, I'm going to bring up the venue host, AWS, to talk a little bit about what you guys are working on. You got your mic. Woo! I like that. Round of applause for them. Woo!
Thank you. Let's plug my laptop here. All right. Good evening, and welcome to the AWS Loft. My name is Vinny. I'm working with software development for the last 30 years, so it's been great to be alive in this GenAI generation and see all those chains from the silicon that we used to land Apollo in the moon, arriving now to the GenAI generation, and I'm really excited because all those tools are bringing me a lot of happiness in my daily productivity. And today I'm just spending 2 or 3 minutes to talk about vibe coding. Vibe coding is a new trend that comes in a very fast pace. And then I'm going to show a little bit about Amazon Q CLI. Just to be clear here, I am AWS customer for 12 years and I am an employee for 7 years. Today I'm taking out my employee hat and I'm dressing my customer and developer hat because this tool is really impressive. It's a GenAI Red Bull for developers. I like to define like that. Vibe coding is a way that you can write your software describing problem using large language model specialized in software development. And then here we have a very simple screenshot. You open your terminal. That's the thing I like most from the Amazon Q CLI because it's all terminal based. If you want to use your IDE, we have Amazon Q Developer that you can install a plugin and then have all those code assistant features in your preferred IDE. So I love working on terminal, I love VI, so I felt included in GenAI space when we launched the Q CLI. Basically, we just type QChat and then we can ask anything. Since my wife is a musician, I try to create something from scratch. And then what I asked is to create a Python program that calculates fast Fourier transform using my laptop's microphone to detect notes. Basically, I asked Amazon Q CLI to create an instrument tuner. Fast Fourier transform is behind many things: image recognition, brain signal processing, cryptography, and also for deep learning. It's an algorithm that is behind most of the deep learning process. So today I choose to create something like this that in the past you used to spend like $100 to have an instrument tuner with precision. So what is Fourier is doing here is converting sines to frequency, so we don't have time to explain everything. So let's show this running here in my laptop. Let me change the screen here really quick, and then move here to my terminal. I can say Q-chat, and then I can type my prompt that I have here. It will be working. It will not just generate the Python script, but it will try to run, and if we have any kind of library dependency error, which is super common for Python, Java, etc., it will try to fix for you. So you have a very nice interactive way to develop your solution. I don't want to spend your time here. I have my solution ready, and what it created for me was this nice instrument tuner, so I can see all the notes detected. And I brought here my wife's ukulele, so I can play like this note, G. Look at that, G. G, C, E, A. So that's it. And then we have like a visual feedback. I can see even the other notes and the harmonics crossing through the frequency, so it's super interesting. And then we can do even more. I hope it's still working here, but I have a lamp here. Let's see here. Oh, that's it. It's detecting the note, but my lamp is turned off. Okay, no problem. So, I don't want to spend much more time here. That's my demo to show how you can create your own instrument tuner from scratch, spending around like 3 minutes. And then we are doing this kind of thing because we can build almost anything these days. Amazon Q is free for developers and it's open source. That's the second reason why I love to promote. I love to promote open source stuff because you can get access to our code. You can create a product based in our code. So give a try, go to Google QCLI install, and please provide us Loft feedback using the QR code that you see spread in the environment, so this way we can make this place even better for you. Thanks, Chap, for giving me the minutes for this introduction. Thank you, everyone.
Of course. Round of applause again for AWS for making it possible to be at this event tonight. We've been coding for 30 years. That's longer than I've been alive. That's impressive. Okay, let's see. Thank you as well to our key sponsor, Ampersand. Even though we are a nonprofit, fully volunteer community, building community is incredibly expensive. So we rely on our partners, our awesome partners, to make events like these possible. So Ampersand's going to be coming up later, but can I get a round of applause for them right now? There we go. Thank you again, Ampersand, for making tonight possible. Okay. What is SF Demo Night? Show of hands who's been to an SF Demo Night before. Who has been to an SF Demo Night? Okay, pretty good. Is it their first time? That should be everybody else. Okay, everybody's paying attention. I think everybody's hands went up. So, SF Demo Nights are an evening of live collaboration and demos with the innovators shaping tomorrow. We're bringing in the greatest founders in the SF ecosystem to show off their products and really bring everybody together. So, actually, I'll go straight to the next slide. Anyways, we are actually doing this in many other cities. We're creating a global network of events that elevates the entire tech ecosystem worldwide. So we, Product Time GenAI Collective, we're very committed to making this the most impactful event series in tech history. In fact, we've actually been doing a pretty good job. So a little progress update. We have hosted these events, not just SF Demo Night, but also New York Demo Night, Boston Demo Night, Chicago Demo Night, Miami Demo Night, and we're excited to continue bringing this to many, many more cities. We're currently working on DC, Paris, London, Bangalore as well, and a bunch more cities. But that's not what we're here for tonight, right? We are here to see SF tomorrow, and I am so excited to welcome you to SF Demo Night. One more round of applause, please, for SF Demo Night. We're back at it again. Check out those awesome animations. We're pretty hard on that. Okay, so we're about about to enter the demo arena. We have 7 demos tonight. They're going to be 4-minute demos each. We're going to do 2 minutes of Q&A. We are going to do the Demo Night app as well. This is going to be a fully interactive experience. Everybody's going to have their phones out, contributing to this awesome event. You look very surprised. Is that you, James? You look very surprised. This is going to be an awesome event. No, you get ready. We're going to do award voting at the end, and then we'll even have trophies for the winners. Again, fully interactive experience. So, what is Demo Night app? What is this cool thing? Well, it's kind of weird, but everybody's getting their phones out tonight. I want you to have your phone out. Again, that's how you're going to interact with everything that's going on here. So there's this QR code here. Some people had trouble scanning this, so we made this massive 10-foot banner, which has another huge QR code. I think it might be the biggest QR code I've seen in my life. But we have that QR code as well. We also, if you're in the front row, you get VIP access to this QR code. If you're in the back, it's really hard. I think there's a QR code back there as well. I'm trying to add as many QR codes as I can. Once you get into this, hopefully you will see this screen right here. You can enter any information you want, your name, your email, your LinkedIn, if you're a founder or whatever. That's all optional. If you want to be entirely anonymous, we prioritize getting good feedback over giving feedback that is from you. So if you want to be completely honest and you want to roast people, you don't have to put your email or your name or anything. You can remain anonymous. Once we get into demos, this is what your screen's going to look like. You're going to be able to leave feedback. You're going to be able to rate demos. This is completely anonymous, so be brutally honest. You can have your name, it'll be completely anonymous. There are going to be some buttons down there to clap and things like that. There's that info button, so anytime you can see what all those buttons mean. We're going to voting, and we're all going to have the opportunity to collectively vote on the best demos of the night. We'll talk about awards in a bit. We're going to show the results at the very end. We're going to hand out the trophies, and then we'll have the opportunity to look at all your feedback, follow up with all the companies. Their emails are going to be there. It's going to be great. So hopefully you got the chance to scan that QR code. Now that we have this big thing, at any time, hopefully you can scan that, get back to the Demo Night app. This is an open source project. It's built by the community for the community. So if you would like to come join this, sorry, I'm sick. Build the Demo Night app with us. You can do that there. So once again, we have 7 demos. Let me talk about the award voting part. What awards are we voting on? Well, we've got 3 awards. We've got the most creative, the best technology, and best overall. So keep these in mind when you're watching the 7 demos tonight. Think, okay, what's the best one I've seen so far? Which one has the best technology? You can only vote for a company once, so you cannot vote for whatever company for all 3 of them. So keep that in mind as well. All right. If you've been to Demo Night before, you know what's about to happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the California State Events Commission. Our 300 judges scoring this contest are all of you in the audience. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the arena, Rajiv Iyengar. This demo night is brought to you by the GenAI Collective, Product Hunt, and Ampersand. And now, for those in attendance and demo night fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from AWS in San Francisco. Alright, we got 7 rounds to determine tonight's Demo Night Championship of the World. I'm going to bring up CEO of Product Hunt, Rajiv Iyengar, to run the rest of demos. Alright, there we go.
Alright, Jackie, you survived. Awesome.
Just barely.
Alright, let's bring up Mark from Oxford. Let's get plugged in. And we have a second mic. Does this work? No. Alright, let's try this. So Mark,
Rajiv.
while you get plugged in, what are you building?
So, first of all, can you see the screen? Okay. So, Actually,
this screen is not active.
yes.
Oh, we have a.
Yeah.
I'll do tech support.
Well, we do tech support. That's a perfect segue because what we do is find bugs before your customers do and repair all the damage that was done by wipe coding. Actually, my previous company, we had customers all around the world: West Coast, Detroit, Europe, China, India, North Korea, South Korea, and Japan. And this frequently meant that from one location we had to serve the entire globe 24/7, 365 days. And because of this, we built Octomind to find those bugs that occur in production much in advance, even during development. And it's actually quite easy to use it. So you just go to our website and then you put in the URL you want to have tested, and it will then take it from there. You can create an account. I'm not going to show this, but I'm going to show how it looks. We also have flashy animations. SF-Demo9 is not the only one.
So you enter a URL,
yes.
and now what's happening?
So it's just using computer vision and the DOM access, HTML, CSS access from the website. We identify the first couple of set of tests, and if you want to have more tests, then you just click on one of the tests. Usually it's the login test, and then create new tests from here. Maybe you can hold this, and yeah, so create MCP workspace, save and generate. So what you see now is that it's a stream. The steps identified by the AI will come floating in, and all we need for this is vision and the publicly available code, so the DOM access. This will run in the background now, and I'm going to show you how it looks like. So you have your test suite of tests running at different intervals, and yeah, I'm going to show something that no one has seen because it's very new. It's actually in Cursor. You have full code access. This means that a lot of context, a lot of knowledge about what you recently developed is now available through MCP. And we just launched this today. So here you see it's like just the README from the public ClickUp documentation. And I'm gonna use Cursor to generate new tests just from this README description. Every one of you, every company has those READMEs and those either external or internal documentation. And yeah, it now creates the different tests. You can
These are like UI tests.
Yes, these are UI tests. So basically, that's why it's called Octomind. With 8 arms and 9 brains, we test all the functionality on your website and find bugs before your users do. And yeah, you can see it. Currently, there are 5 more tests being generated. And in the meantime, this is all live. I will look up what happened here. So it created a MCP workspace. So it clicked on the element called create space. And now this will take maybe 30, 45 more seconds. And it left clicks on it and takes it from there. So while these tests are running and being generated from your existing resources, I'm going to ask them, please run all active tests. Because these test cases are nice, but you need to really find out every hour if your happy path is working under all usage scenarios.
We should absolutely pretend.
Yes, and so this was triggered via cursor. Everything like what you see, the MCP implementation is open source on GitHub. It was released in production 3 hours ago, and behind it is a very strong and scalable enterprise execution engine that scales to. Some of our clients have 8,000 tests running at different intervals, most of them hourly. And yeah, it's a SOC 2 compliant enterprise testing platform. And our target customers are Series B plus. Honestly, before Series B, you don't want to have end-to-end tests. It will tighten up your flexibility. But yeah, our sweet spot is Series B plus scale-ups.
Awesome. Give it up for Octomine. And leave feedback in the app. If the QR code didn't work, go to GenAIcollective.ai. And you'll also have all of the info to get connected with Octomine. I mean, I think a lot of us who've seen what's happened with AI coding have found we end up coding less and testing more. So this is very much needed.
My keyboard.
All right.
All right.
All right. Who are you and what are you building?
So I'm Sahej. I'm one of the co-founders at WhisperFlow. What we're building is effortless voice dictation. So it's really simple. You're anywhere on your computer, you press a button, you speak, and you don't have to type anymore. So for example, suppose I'm in Slack. That's hilarious. Laughing emoji. I don't have to write anymore. Or maybe I want to get coffee with somebody. Hey Rohan, are you free tomorrow at 8 a.m.? Actually, let's do 9 a.m. And it'll understand what you meant, not just what you said.
It says, are you free tomorrow at 9 a.m.? It interpreted that.
Suppose you're vibe coding, and you want to give a long explanation of what you want to do, but you're just too tired to type it all out. I actually prefer the first option, but change that so that instead of fixed width, it's a dynamic width, and make it with comments. And you can literally just stay in your flow with everything that you want to do. So as a quick recap, I want to share the benefits of Flow. Hey Constanza and Avika, to recap, Flow has 3 major benefits. 1, it understands what you mean, not just what you said. 2, it's context aware, so it won't get names like yours wrong. And 3, it actually formats things how you want to write them. And this just makes it so fast to blaze through your inbox, to get through things, and just have more time for what you care about.
Super cool, super cool. Actually, before you show some of the new stuff, how did this start?
So this actually started as an internal project. We had spent a lot of time building different voice assistants, and what we found is, well, we don't want to book flights every day by speaking to our computer. We realized the thing that we do the most is typing. And as we built the first version of this, we realized, oh my god, this is something that I now use 100 times a day. It makes my life so much better. But there are so many problems, right? How do you get it to sound like you? How do you get it to be precise? How do you get it to that, I'm in Gen Z. If I text my wife in all like formal punctuation, she's gonna think I'm insane. So how do you start to solve all those problems so it can be something that you use in your day-to-day life?
Awesome. Yeah. We should, for time, we should see some of the new stuff. What do you have coming up?
So
actually, show of hands, who uses WhisperFlow in the audience? Do you have people using it? A couple? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I've started even dictating while on calls because it's quicker than like typing out things.
So one of the newest things that we've introduced is a mobile app. So you can now use this to insert text anywhere on your phone. So for example, as I mentioned, I know I'm Gen Z, so everything here is going to be lowercase, even though, because I'm in messages writing to my wife. Okay. And you can see here, it comes exactly how I might want it. Or, one other problem that people often face is, how do I use this when I'm around other people? And so what you can do is you can whisper super quietly into your phone. Nobody around you can hear you, and it's going to pick it up perfectly. And you can see it says, I can whisper so quietly in my phone that I can use this around other people.
That's really
And so this is like a huge unlock for me being able to use it in the office, when I'm out and about. I mean, I do kind of crazy things, like I do my GitHub PR reviews while I'm walking around. Like, that's a fantastic idea. Because like, typing that on your phone sucks, but I'm often walking around.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I think we got to end there. Thanks so much. Thank you for showing up. And they can find you at table two in the back. You should definitely ask him about the hardware origins of the company. Intelligence is next.
All right, we've got nearly 100 people giving feedback. I know there are about over 200 people here, so that's about a 50% participation rate. Once again, if you're having trouble leaving feedback, the QR code's right there to bring it back up. We'd love to see everybody leaving feedback as close as we can get to everybody. I think we've had over 150 people leave feedback before. I know we can get there. Once again, all the feedback goes to the demoists. It helps them be better, helps their companies be better. They greatly appreciate it, so thank you.
Awesome. Who are you and what are you building?
Wonderful. Hi everyone. I'm Aishwarya. I'm the founder of Intelligence. So first of all, who here has a favorite model that they use for coding? Or what is it? Just throw something at it. 3.7? Okay. Well, today I decided, most of you know what you prefer for coding, vibe coding, etc. We want to figure out and crown which model is the best for code reviews and debugging. So what we actually did is our product, we do code reviews for AI, we do AI documentation generation, pretty much all the stuff you don't want to do. But we actually put up this arena so that humans, all of you, can go ahead and vote on which model does the best on reviewing any PR of interest. So you can plug in any of your own repositories, it'll connect to your GitHub, you can choose one that you're interested in, or popular open source. Okay, let's see that. Perfect. Choose a popular open source. Let's do one live right now. Anyone want to choose a code base or volunteer one of the ones they're working on? SF Demonet, all right. I don't know if they have any open PRs, but let's see. SF Demo, so this, am I spelling this right? I don't know if that's right.
Gemini app is the name of the
Are there spaces?
Snake case?
GenAI Collective demo-night-app.
Demo-night-app. Not pulling up. Okay, let's go with something a little bit more famous. Maybe LinkedIn? Or do people like LinkedIn anymore? I don't know. Is this popular open source? I don't know. What happened?
The connectivity?
Prisma.
Okay. Well, we have one
Live
review
demo.
here. I think that's probably my GitHub access doing it. Let's see. Let me try refreshing once. Let's see if this helps. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect. Cool. So yeah, you can essentially choose any code base that you're interested in. We'll go ahead and choose a PR as well. Let's see. All right, choose something random, feature. And then anyone want to choose two models? You can compare anything, so O3 Mini versus O3 Mini High, the Gemini models, Claude. I will.
Yeah, why don't you pick one?
I'll auto-select, all right. O3 Mini versus 3.7 Sonnet. And then if you wait a few seconds, it will go ahead and review the PR with both of the models. You get a side-by-side comparison, and then you get to vote on which one is your favorite. So this one we really put up just to be able to crown the winner. But at Intelligence, what we really do is our code reviews will search your entire code base, find dependencies, and then kind of search through what are potential issues, rate them, and it also learns based off of your company's best practices and feedback. Yeah, so.
Very cool. We have time for one question. Questions? Anybody? Yeah.
For this leaderboard, yeah, you can vote for your favorite, and then if this takes a second to generate, we have an actual leaderboard where you can see like the communities voting on which models they think are the best.
And so this is sort of ancillary to your main product, which is.
Yeah, so this is our main product is Intelligence. We do code-based documentation, so you can choose any code base. It will generate full documentation for that code base. So we generate diagrams, tutorials. It's a full Notion like interface, so you can like generate new things. You can export it to Confluence, Markdown, wherever you do your docs. We obviously have our code reviews within the platform. So yeah, it's
awesome. Round of applause for Intelligence.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we have we're trying to get to 1,000 reviews to crown the best PR review model, so if you want to vote, please do.
Machines.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out which one's the best at code reviews. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Okay, Jason, what's your after. Go right after. Cool.
All right. Hello, everybody. Is this easier to see in light mode or dark mode?
Yeah.
This one? Okay, great. I'll bump it up. Yeah. Hi, I am the founder and CEO of Crawlspace. My name is Jason, by the way. Crawlspace is a platform for developers to build and deploy web crawlers. So just as easy as it is to deploy a website to Netlify or Vercel is as easy as it is to deploy a web crawler to Crawlspace. But today I'm going to tell you about a new service that I just released the other day by the makers of Crawlspace called PureMD. We'll cycle back to this at the end. But if you've ever fetched maybe a website, web content from a curl command or maybe in JavaScript, you might get blocked these days. It's 2025. The web torrent of traffic from AI crawlers has run amok, and website owners, in response, have put up their defenses. They're buying new products and installing them in their WAFs to block bots. But we all know how useful it is to fetch web content and scrape, and automation is the best. So let's see what happens without PureMD. So this is the state of the world today. Reuters news headlines. We'll just pick any one of these random feel-good headlines and copy this. And we're going to go into terminal and just do a curl. It's kind of hard to type. Oh, thanks. Thank you. So let's just curl that URL and bonk. What is that? Please enable JavaScript and disable any ad blocker, right? Oh no. So what's happening here? If we just do a head request, you'll see 401 unauthorized. They've got this xDataDome header, which is some product that blocks bots. But now I'm going to show you the easiest way to get around that. Easiest way possible. You literally just put pure.md in front of any URL to get the pure markdown of that web content. So here it is. You can pipe this into your apps, your APIs, tell your agents about it, all sorts of things like that. So how does it work? Well, we have a series of like a tiered fetch type of system. So we route traffic through a custom TLS client at the data centers and also residential proxies. And then we also, and this is really cool, I haven't seen anyone else do this, we fall back to Common Crawl and an Internet Archive data set. So these two companies are nonprofits. They run massive crawls constantly, and they push these massive data sets to S3, US East 1, and pure.md just falls back to that seamlessly if something gets blocked. So that's super cool. Does anyone use Gina Reader or Gina AI? Come talk to me, find me at table 4, because this is way faster and way better. Here's, for example, PureMD is on the left and some random competitors on the right. And you can see how much nicer the Wikipedia article of artificial intelligence is. It's much shorter because it cuts out all the fluff, keeping your models attentive and focused, and also making you spend less money because it's fewer tokens. Also, I know because they released it open source, they use something called curl impersonate, which hasn't been updated in over a year, and I use a different TLS client that's much nicer. So, see, this was unable to fetch, and you could not fetch that science.org article, but yeah, it goes through. But can it work on like a Google search? Well, yes, it can. So it finds the search, it parses the first 5 results or whatever, and then concatenates them into one massive markdown thing that you can then feed into your prompts. What about PDFs? Let's pick a random PDF here, which is, this one's actually not that long, but just put pure.md in front of the PDF URL, and you get a parsed PDF of all this content. This actually doesn't use AI. This is using Cloudflare's newly released library to Markdown or something like that. It also works on images using auto detection and summarization automatically for you. So this is a WebP image. We got Gary and Sam, and I don't know if it knows who they are. No, it does not know who they are, but it knows generally who they are, but not specifically. How about Rajiv? Oh, what a lovely LinkedIn profile you have. It would be a shame if someone just scraped that. But here we go. What happens? And here we go. Oh, I've got your whole employment history. How about that? So this behind the scenes is using just like a data enrichment platform, so little smoke and mirrors there. But yeah, please feel free to use it. It's free to use. Within limits, you can sign up to get those rate limits bumped up. And how does this fit back in with my company? So crawl space, so PureMD is great for like a transactional API of like you give a request, you get a response back. If you want to crawl not scrape, so crawling like recursive scraping, I encourage you to sign up for crawl space. So you write a simple handler function. It looks kind of like this. You basically declare a Zod object for schema, and then you give it a start URL or URLs, or if you fetch, you just write your logic in TypeScript. So it needs to be a platform because you really want to code your logic into your crawler, not how to try to cram it into a REST API. So this is like a simple, I wrote a crawler for finding cheap iMacs on Craigslist. And here it is, it's deployed, and you have like this data tab right here where you can just write pure SQL. Every crawler gets its own queue, its own SQLite database, its own vector database, and its own S3 compatible bucket. And look how nice this data is. It's so clean, and I can have each thing in its own column. It's so nice. And then also, as a bonus, I crawled all of Cloudflare docs, and because this is all built on Cloudflare, and they just released this new product called AI Labyrinth. It's like defenses against AI bots. You click one button, you have a little switch in your dashboard, and they deploy an AI-generated maze, honeypot, tar pit, to confuse your crawlers. But because this uses the technology of PureMD under the hood, I can ask it, thank you, how do I use AI Labyrinth on my website? So in just like 50 lines of code, I crawled all of Cloudflare's docs, chunked it, embedded it, and stored it in this vector database, and now this is Llama 3.3. There's no way it knows about Cloudflare AI Labyrinth because I think it was announced like 6 days ago or something. But here we are, we got like a auto rag thing really quickly. So yeah, come check that out.
Awesome, give it up for PureMD. Go to table 4 and anything else. All right.
We
have a little interlude. Yeah, bring the laptop. Little interlude, which is our sponsor, Ampersand.
I am not demoing anything, but
No demos.
Yeah.
We're just going to introduce you.
Okay. Sec. Here we go. You're going to just look at my name and get to know what I'm saying.
Cool. In keeping with the no slides, we're not going to do any slides here.
Okay.
We're just going to show Ampersand. So, who are you? What are you building?
My name is Zion. I'm the founder and CEO of Ampersand. We are building a agent framework for enterprise context that these agents need from their customers. Under the hood, there's a bunch of integrations, but we help fast-growing AI companies to get all of this data from their customers and then bring back insights into their environments.
And like, how did you do this? Like, walk through like your previous company, what happened with that. You felt this pain at firsthand, right?
Yeah. So a little bit of background. In 2015, I launched my first company on Product Hunt, and it kind of took off and changed my entrepreneurial career. So always launch on Product Hunt is the message here. We got acquired by this company called G2. We created, Sifri was one of the first companies to do spend management. Ramp has taken off now, so we created a category in it. So that's why I'm back, with another company. But Sifri was bought by G2, which is the reviews and SaaS marketplace company, and I ran engine there, and the entire enterprise.
CTO at G2.
Yeah, so I was the VP of Eng, running the Eng org, and the entire enterprise business I realized was basically integrations, right? So $100 million, $200 million was about getting the data from G2 into customer CRMs, right? And if I told my CEO that, hey man, like I did an amazing Salesforce integration, they'd be like, I should probably fire you because you're not doing the work. But that was like powering 200 million worth of revenue. So I thought that, okay, maybe we should build a developer platform for that because it's really painful. And that's why I'm not demoing this thing, because if I put up Salesforce on the screen, I think most of you will walk out. Right? But yeah, I mean, we help a bunch of AI companies, work with Salesforce, HubSpot, Zendesk, Intercom, anything that is enterprisey and kind of weird, we help orchestrate in and around that.
How's it going? Like, how far along are you?
We're 10 people now, growing pretty rapidly. Most AI companies that are growing rapidly are also using us, so we're kind of piggybacking off their growth. Right, so
Customers you could share?
One of the fastest growing companies is 11x, which is like AI SDR. They have a whole category essentially, right? And then we have another company in Stealth. I think they're already at 2-3 million ARR, right? So they are kind of extrapolating Salesforce with Zendesk with Intercom, so like customer support like Pentagon. So usually our customers are coming in when they're starting to grow quickly, and somebody else needs to handle all of this orchestration.
Like they were trying to build it internally, and now they're looking for somebody who's a lot better at it.
Yeah, I think that if you look at AI agents, and everybody's probably building, like any new SaaS is probably AI agent today, right? So when you build an AI agent, you kind of, what is your actual moat? Your moat is the enterprise data that you get from your customers. And then you run a bunch of workflows on top of that, right? So there comes a point in time where you really need to get understanding of what data you're bringing in the granular sense of it, right? So you kind of build it, and then after a point you're like, okay, I need like probably some domain expertise around this.
What's the most different thing starting a company the second time around?
You almost know too much, right? We went and raised a bunch of money, we exited, and then that company also won that category in some ways. So, we raised like hundreds of millions of dollars for that. This time, I think that when you start a company for the second time, there's this risk of paralysis around the analysis, right? You're almost overthinking a few things. So that's one risk. I sometimes feel like I should YOLO this, like just do it, right? But we are also providing infrastructure, right? So we can't YOLO everything. But that's one. The other thing is also the rate of change is really high. So maybe I've done a bunch of things in the past, it may not be relevant anymore, right? So the oblivion, like when I think about success, it goes away very quickly if you don't maintain it. It's like entropy,
The swords dull quickly.
Yeah, it's like earlier it used to take 10, 20 years for you to kind of go into the oblivion. Now it's probably tomorrow, right? So essentially, so today, OpenAI said that we're going to do MCP, right? 6 months ago, they were like, no, we build our own protocol, right? So essentially, people are moving at a pace that is probably not seen before, after the PC era. So that's the other one. The rate of adaptability has to be very, very high.
Are you hiring?
We are hiring, and hit me up. I'm on the green booth. AI engineers, product engineers, go-to-market people.
Awesome. Any last things you want to say?
No, this is great. I mean, this is the first time, I'm here. Thanks for coming. And, this is amazing. Like, this is the best time. So 20 plus years of enterprise software. I think that this is the best time to build ever. I think this is the best time when you compare it to the internet era. I think that was just version 1. This is version 2. So I just feel like this is awesome. Continue to build.
Awesome. Give it up for Ampersand. All right, let's get Mesh. Mesh. All right, hi.
Also, you just heard that Ayan and Ampersand are hiring. A lot of these companies are probably hiring as well. You get everybody's email, all the companies that are demoing, as well as Ampersand's email on the app after the event. So if you want to follow up with anybody, you're able to do that.
Awesome, nice. Number 4 product of the day. Congrats.
All the badges. Hi everyone. Me and my co-founder Aaron, we're building Mesh, and we're building your AI finance coworker for companies. And we're typically targeting startups that are just beginning to care about managing their revenue. So think post-revenue startups. And what we had debuted on Product Hunt initially was essentially this interface where I could connect my ledger on QuickBooks. So let's say I'm essentially managing this company, Apex Landscapes. I can integrate with it and essentially start asking questions against my books. So something really simple, what are my top expense categories? So what we did here was we basically took all of your journal entries, we put it in a vector database for you to ask questions against, and you can essentially have a back and forth with it. And something that we've been working on very recently that I'm very excited to show you all is we're actually working on embedding this chat interface within our actual bookkeeping tool. So an example of what that looks like is over here. So for our customers that we do accounting for, we essentially integrate with your Plaid and your QuickBooks. And what we let you do is within the reconciliation window, I, as Jane the accountant, can perform different actions on my books. So as an example, so let's say that I'm going through this. All of these categorizations were done by our AI agent, and I'm realizing that actually these client payments that were received are not sales of product income. So as an example, if I wanted to have a more conversational interaction with my AI agent accountant, what I can do is something like, can you reclassify all the transactions from, you're not gonna be able to do anything with that. So let's say, can you reclassify all the transactions from sales of product income to, let's say, other income, which is another category that I have.
You should use Whisperflow.
I probably should have. So what you can see here is that it actually did perform the action just by like looking at the plain English command that I wrote.
So it actually did the recategorization.
Yes.
Yeah.
An example of another action I can take is can you group all my expenses over the last 6 months in a CSV file. So we're beginning to like play around with actually getting this to, there's going to be a visual bug here. I think.
These are powerful, but also kind of not that reversible actions, right? Does it have some sort of understanding? Is this going to tell you what it's going to do so you can verify it?
We are working on adding some like an undo action as well. So I think it's like showing the file on all the assistant messages. But basically, what you can see over here is it actually is able to generate outputs, and yeah, I think that's a concern that we've had with customers as well. So like right now, we are kind of manually working on undoing actions, but we'll definitely like have that as a fast follow. But yeah.
So this is like your accounting team and your CFO that you can talk to.
Yes.
And it sits on top of your existing tools. Does it replace QuickBooks?
It doesn't replace QuickBooks. It'll sit on top of your ledger. So it can sit on top of Xero. It can sit on top of NetSuite as well, which matters for bigger companies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How did you start working? Why did you start working on this?
Me and my co-founder, we worked at a fund accounting business earlier. We worked at Carta, and that's where we kind of like got a lot of our experience from. And we wanted to build something cool for companies.
Super cool.
Yeah.
We have time for 1 or 2 questions. Any questions?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you connect multiple companies in this? So as a one user, I can manage several companies?
Yes, we've gotten that request a bunch of times for accountants who actually have multiple clients that they're managing. So currently the login is only on a client basis, but we're working on a service provider experience probably like over the next few months. But yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Can it generate more complex reports like profit and loss statements or like cash flows or like key tables and all that?
Yes, so right now what we do is we essentially do function calling and retrieve those from QuickBooks, and we're working on making that more interactive as well within the chat. But yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Give it up for Mesh. Now we have Athena HQ. Hey.
Okay, if you've been here before, you know what we do on the very last demo of the night. If you're on your app, the center button is the clap button. We're gonna do collectively as many virtual claps as we can. I believe we got to a little over 10,000 last time across all of us. If we can get over 10,000 and break our record, that'd be awesome. So you can just press this button as many times as you want, as many times as you can, and I'll announce the number at the end.
This is, as Jackie said, this is the last demo. Sarama could not make it because there's a dog in the demo, and dogs aren't allowed. But definitely check out Sarama.ai. It lets you understand what your dog is saying. So it's like pet translation. Really, really sorry we couldn't make this happen. It's a really cool demo. We'll try to figure out some way. Maybe somebody has to dress up like a dog next time. We'll figure out some way of getting Crossfold in. But yeah, check out Sarama.ai. All right, who are you? What are you building?
Cool. So I'm Andrew. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Athena HQ. We help brands see how you appear on generative AI search, like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, identify AI perception gaps, and just actions to try and influence the AI. I'll do a quick poll here. How many of us here use ChatGPT on a daily basis? How many of us use Perplexity on a daily basis? Okay, good to know. So we cover ChatGPT, Perplexity, but also Claude and Gemini and Grok incoming and DeepSeek as well.
So this is like the new SEO.
Yeah, we're calling it GEO, Generative Engine Optimization.
Awesome. Like, how do you do that?
That's what we're here for. So let's pull an example that we are all very familiar with.
Yeah.
Heard of this company before? And we'll go through the onboarding flow. So what we're doing right now is we're taking in all of the publicly available data from your website, so in this case from Product Hunt, and generating a brand profile for you.
This is great. You're just watching a live sales call.
And a live demo too.
Okay, so right now it's analyzing the website.
You guys got a pretty big website.
It's big. And by the way, this is like really top of mind because we've noticed traffic from LLMs is super small. It's really tiny, but it's doubled in the last like 2 months.
Yeah, what we're
High
hearing
growth rate.
exactly what we're hearing from our customers is a very similar story. Our customers range from AI startups like Helicone and all the way to a big fintech unicorn. And then we also have mom and pop stores like a wine e-commerce shop. So very top of mind.
Wait, which one?
I think it's called Bottle Club.
Okay, cool.
Something like that, yeah. And then from here, our AI brainstorms a list of potential competitors who might be competing against Product Hunt. And then
Good AppSumo, indie hackers.
yeah. And then from here, we actually brainstorm a list of prompts with estimated volume as well.
Okay, so this is the heart of it. Like, where are you getting this?
Yeah, we have our own ways of estimating volume. Of course, some of this is not publicly available, so we have our own models of estimating high volume, medium volume, low volume. Think about these as an order of magnitude, where high volume is about 10 times more than medium volume, which is 10 times more than low volume. So this helps you prioritize between discovery type of queries where users are trying to learn about a general area versus high intent queries where users are trying to decide between, for example, cursor versus windsurf, right? And if you're a cursor, you really care about how you're appearing in that particular query.
Do you have data backing this up?
Yeah, we're using data to back this up as well.
Where do you get data for LLM queries?
That's our secret, yeah, we call it secret sauce. Okay, I'm having window format issues.
Okay, so now you're getting this list of queries and how we rank against those queries.
Exactly. I wasn't going to do it again. But after you click on the next button from there, let me show you. So we'll start collecting data for you. And after a while, it will look something like this, where you're able to see how we're performing across all of these different prompts. Looking at how often you're mentioned, what's the sentiment when you are mentioned, is one of the key differences between traditional SEO, so the 10 Lumens version of Google, and the future of SEO and GEO, where it's not just are you being mentioned, but how are you being mentioned? Are you being mentioned positively? Are you being recommended?
Okay, so you got tracking. How do you make this go up?
Exactly. So a couple levers you can pull. I'll show you one, which I think is very interesting. One big question that a lot of people have is, we go to ChatGPT for our information. Where does ChatGPT get this information from? And the answer is that it depends on, for each individual vertical, whether you're a dog food company, or if you're a B2B SaaS company, or if you're a cybersecurity company, ChatGPT has its own set of domain authorities. From this data that we're collecting on your behalf, we are able to find what are these domain authorities. So in the case of Product Hunt, it looks like you guys are doing pretty well. But there's also a long tail of websites which are also being cited by ChatGPT. And we give you that in-depth analysis of not only which websites are being cited, what are the articles being cited, what's the frequency that you're being cited on, and what are the prompts that you're being cited directly on. And what's interesting here is that these websites are not the TechCrunchers, Wall Street Journals, New York Times of the world. These are websites that some of them I've never heard of, and this is a feature that I've noticed across many different verticals, and is a feature, not a bug, of this new generative architecture, where it tends to bias more of these long tail sources as opposed to the traditional media sources that we're used to. So I'll end the demo there. We have many more features, but we are hiring product engineers. So if you think that the future of search is an area that you're interested in, come up to me and feel free to chat.
Awesome. Give it up for Athena. All right. Those are just quick round of applause for all the demos. Now I'll hand it to Kathy for the next demo.
Ooh. We are currently just short, what is that, 8,400 votes. 8,400 virtual claps, sorry. We can probably give up one more minute of that. Here, let me plug my computer back in. Well, actually, no, I think you're going to go. Okay. We are, is my screen coming back up? Are you holding that up? I want to see if we actually get to 10,000.
9101.
9101. Does somebody want to keep clapping? I can keep clapping on my phone. Is it not coming up? Do I have the right thing there? Oh, I thought you would do tech support for me.
There we go.
All right, so we are going to be doing award voting right now. Did we get to 10,000? We got to 10,000. All right, round of applause to everybody. We did it just barely because we just moved into award voting. Now you can move into award voting. So this is, again, an interactive experience. We have 3 awards we're voting for. You see the nice trophies over there. So we all get to decide who tonight that just demoed, the 6 companies, gets those trophies. We have best overall, best technology, most creative. So think hard about which companies earned those awesome awards tonight. If you want to participate, and you should be participating, I would love to see 200 votes here. There's that QR code. There's these QR codes here. Please scan that. It gets you back to the app. It's also, I think, demos.genaicollective.ai. That's going to get you back to it. While we are voting, we're going to have like a couple minutes to vote. Rajiv is going to give a demo of Product Hunt.
I actually don't have a demo.
Do you want to just talk about Product Hunt or something?
Sure, yeah, I can talk about it. So we're going to do just like 3 minutes for voting. So everybody put your votes in.
All right.
We want to leave enough time for everybody to talk afterwards and go talk to the demos. We're Product Hunt. We just launched, I think I demoed this last time. We just launched product forums, which are like subreddits for every single product. So now after you launch on Product Hunt, the very next day, you can start talking with the people who follow you. You can put changelog updates, nerd out on products with people. So that's what's new in Product Hunt world. Yeah, who here has launched on Product Hunt? Okay, good to you. Any questions? We're not. I don't think we're recording this, right? So I think I can be pretty transparent. Yeah, question. Why did you build a new feature? Product Hunt has this really strong community, and it harnesses the community around your product the day of launch. And then what happens on day 2? It's like you've got this party that happens for one day, and then the party dissipates, and then 6 months later you launch a major new feature, and it comes back again. So we just felt like, hey, let's keep that conversation going. And also in the world of like more and more, AI source information, what we really crave is like real knowledgeable people talking about products. So we thought, let's create the best place to talk about products. And it's kind of starting to blow up. There was this thread on Roast My landing page that went kind of crazy a few days ago. So pop in there, see what's there. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
We had over 100 votes, and we do have the winners. Can I bring this over without like knocking over the trophies? Do you want to help me do that? Okay. Well, I just don't want those nice, beautiful glass trophies to fall over and crash. But I do want to bring them over here. What is that? Oh. We've already locked it in. Okay, we're going to be doing 3 awards in order. First, we have most creative. All right, so can I get a drum roll, please? Drum roll, please. I don't know. Wherever you have a drum. Okay, most creative goes to Athena HQ. All right, Athena, where are you? Come up and grab your trophies. We're going to go pretty rapid fire here. We're going to go straight to, oh wait, the animations take a little while. Okay, once the animations are done, we go over to best technology. And the best technology, drum roll please, best technology is Pure.md. All right, Pure.md, can you please come up and grab your trophy? Okay, And now, we got, this one's a massive trophy. It is a lot of glass. I think it's like 10 pounds of glass. Okay, so the award for best overall, drum roll please again, the biggest drum roll goes to Whisper Flow! All right, Whisper Flow. And I realize now that there's a slide after this that I did not fill out, so it actually says, there we go, the TDA for all three. I'm gonna go back to this one. But okay, these are your award winners. We have, what is it, Whisper Flow, Pure MD, what was the first one? Most creative? Athena HQ. Awesome. We have our photographer here. Can we get a nice photo of all the winners? And with that being said, we have over an hour of demo night left. So everybody's gonna be in the back. As a reminder, we have 6 booths set up. Everybody's gonna be there. There's more food and more drink and everything like that. Do we get a photo? Or who's? Eric, are you here? Eric, with your beautiful camera?
Yeah.
There you are. Awesome. There we go. Nice. We do like oh, am I getting in here too? Awesome. Thank you. We get a crazy one too.
Yeah.
No, what is a crazy one? Oh, with the hammer. Yeah.
Yeah, both on each end. Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who voted. We had over 100 votes. Once again, this demo night is hosted by GenAI Collective and Product Hunt. And thank you one last time to Ampersand to making this all possible. Ampersand is hiring, by the way. Their information is going to be there. Can you go to the results? Oh wait, yeah, go to that one. The one after that. Okay, perfect. On your phone now, you can see all the feedback that you left for tonight. You can see everybody's contact info. You can see the link to the open source repo if you would like to contribute to the Demo Night app. And once again, okay, unfortunately Saram is no longer here, I don't think. But the other 6 companies are all going to be back in the main area. Go grab more food, go grab more drink, network, everything like that. We're going to be here all night.